So when you came here, and after you were here for a little while,
Yes.
how did American tattooing and American Japanese tattooing, how did that look to you coming from and being Japanese?
Well, first I got so excited because like I thought I'm done for my tattoo, right?
Right.
So when I met for so many people having like tiny tattoo here, there, stuff like, oh my god, I still have a skin so I can get it. So I started collecting for little small stuff, you know, and very beginning I was like, Bill said, don't worry, you can walk around showing tattoo. So I did, you know, but I found out for like how uncomfortable to be because people come to touch me, you know, like whoa, excuse me, like, oh, is that real? Like, it's like I have to protect myself. It's not like I don't mind showing, you know, but hey, is that hard? How much you got the tattoo? You got somewhere, you know, like some not nice question or like people come to you, like touch you, like, you know, like why I have to deal with it? Oh, I just start wearing it. So, so
Okay.
yes, and I like it's different, you know. This tattoo is different, more like what's called lots of fun come with it. American tattoo, you know, it's probably not for everybody. In Japan, have like a history kind of like dark and really, I don't say negative, but like really some it's really heavy, heavy story background, you know. So it's not, I don't think it's gonna change it, and it's part of the culture, you know, and. I'm surprising for so many tattoo shop. I don't know now, but like they got popular in Japan, and I hear people walking around showing tattoo stuff. I don't know for good or bad, but you know, like especially you know, like Japanese tattoo have a kind of like power. You know, like some people like even see they're scared of it. Like whoa. Because like immediately they think the connecting for gangster or mad, you know, or like some people don't like it, you know, and I'm okay with that, you know, because it's not tattoo is not for everybody, you know, so that's very private and personal thing, you know, so I really have a reason to get, you know, it's no one's business, and when it comes to point like I don't have to explain for everybody for why you got this, like, you know, so like I don't know, just age is different, grow up different, but I'm trying to blend me in. You know, like I get lots of questions like how you feel to be women tattoo artist. You know, like I always say same question, like I never think when I'm tattooing I'm a male or female, or like I don't wanna to like when people see tattoo, I don't wanna to tell the gender, you know. I wanted to like tattoo like I don't know, just I don't know how to explain that. I don't think, you know, that other people very much separate stuff, and I try not to get into that too much for separate, you know.
Right.
Yeah, I've been for like just to few times, 2-3 times for women convention, you know, and I had fun, but like Bill was always making like this, like, why are they making for women convention? Men never say to like only men can do tattoo for convention, right? You know, but so true, you know, and you know, I'm not trying to think. It is hard to be what's called how they treat, but like what we can do is like just doing best, you know, and now hope it's people not gonna see by gender or what more people should see what to do, and you know, who we are, not like male or female, you know.
Right. You don't need a denominator or quantifier on the
Right.
tattoo, right? Like the
Yeah.
tattoo should just exist for what it is exactly, and not like who did it or what their religion or their race or their gender, anything. It's just it's that, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And the new place you're going to it's just next door?
Medical art building.
Okay.
Like Jackson and Van Ness.
Okay.
That's so funny. Bill was used to work for Van Ness for Ed Hardy for 25, 35. And we were a private studio for 2,500. And here 2113 Van Ness. Now we're moving to 2000 Van Ness. It's all Van Ness, like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Do you still have both places? Your apartment
Yes.
with the studio? It's
Oh.
still the same with the.
Well, only number 8, just living there. Yeah, no number 7 anymore.
Okay. And you guys had made like a door through there or something? Is that right?
Yes.
And then what? You just patched it up or something?
Yes. Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, from closet to, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's too bad.
You've
we
been
could-
there or no?
Of course.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. A couple times.
was
I went
fun.
there. I went there. I think in the late '90s
Okay.
to see Philip
Mm-hmm.
and to see Mick,
Okay.
and I've been there to see Jack.
Okay.
So I think 4 times maybe total. I think I went
Okay.
there maybe just.
We had a, you know, crazy guest, you know, like, especially like, I'm with Bill for 1987, met him, and like so much great tattoo artist for same year, right? 1987, 88,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I didn't know how great they are.
So.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
because like grow together, like living together, and like just dealing. I didn't know.
How
you
special
know.
they were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like especially like Philip Rue and Jack made for flyer
Mm-hmm.
for together
Right.
to Diamond Club.
Yep.
You know, but lots of people like, oh my god, I didn't know. They get along with it, or like, you know, are they friends with it, because totally different style.
Yep.
And how they made it, and how they know, like we got a totally private studio, and so much people, you know, from, as you know, like all over the world, you know, that I didn't know how special it was, because was there, and like at New York, some interview, I got the question like, oh, how you feel about you living, and Bill knows so much great tattooers, and how you feel about that? I got question like that. I was like, what? I have to answer this, like, you know, like, yeah, that's so very fortunate, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody is so humble, you know. And the funny story about Philip Rue, and Bill knew for Philip when he was 16 or 17, I believe.
He came to Realistic?
I think he was, I don't know how, you know, like, hey, come on, Bill, tell me a story. Like, he wrote somewhere, for I have somewhere, but like,
I think it's when Felix sent Philip out? Or is
yeah,
that before?
for like travel around.
He
like,
went to the
go
Dutchman and he came to Ed.
Yeah.
Okay, and then he
I
must.
think
That's when he met.
No, that was
later?
later.
That was later.
Dutchman.
Okay.
Yeah, that was later.
That was later.
So yeah, I met him to Japan too, Dutchman actually. You know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
When?
Yeah. Is this filming?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
We don't have to put it in. It's fine.
Okay. So that's so funny. Well, you know the happening, right?
Yeah, I know this story.
That story got. I was there. And the Dutchman was sitting Horitoshi, and like, so he had to come back. That I was right there.
Oh, so I didn't. Okay, I didn't know
Yeah.
that stuff. Yeah.
So you know. Okay. Anyway, so before that, I believe that was 1986 or before I came for 1980. You know, for Bill
Yeah.
with me. So 1986, I believe. The sensei told me like he's a young tattoo artist. He's really good. His name is Philip Rue from Switzerland. Would you like to get something tattooed? I'm like, what? And what kind of tattoo he does? Like anything, and like someone showed me like a picture like design. what's that? Bulldog? Something to do like bulldog. And
Okay.
then I was like, what? And like I said, no.
No.
I said,
Why would I
no.
want that?
Right. And so, but he's cool. Would you like to meet? I said, no. So I missed the totally meeting for Philip and Amaru, the sisters.
Mm-hmm.
So then after I met the Bill and we found out, we found out like Philip was working at, where was that? Jonathan Shaw at New York,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Fun city.
So, yeah, and Bill found out and he contacted, and what are you doing for to New York? Why don't you come to San Francisco? Then like, back then like he had some program with like wearing too long for gloves, correct? He had a something program for fingers, hand. So like we took for hospital for here San Francisco to
Really?
hand doctors and stuff, but then like we found out. Bill told me I know Philip's name is like familiar. He's been in Japan. Like, did you met? No, I said he was visiting with Horitos. Oh yeah, he was here. Like he went to Japan or stuff. Like, what the hell? That was so small world, right?
That's so weird.
It is, and
That's
for
cool.
first time, like I met him, and we pick up San Francisco airport,
Mm-hmm.
and he told me like, "Hey, how long you know Bill?" I said, "Well, 1988." He goes like, he slapped my shoulder. I know Bill longer than you. So because like Philip, to him, he said like Bill's a very father figure. He told how to dress up, how to make tie, or like how to. So like always like even after Felix passed away, I still talk for both Philip Titin and Loretta and so once couple times a week, and they very humble as so
Very generous people.
it is, and like we finding out like how small world is that, and even we had like a photo shooting for calendar. I believe Luke Atkins was there, but back then like I didn't, right? And like, oh my God, I met you in Japan. Like that's how small world
Right,
is this.
wow.
That was, yeah.
That's cool. It's a good story.
Yeah.
So, you were tattooing now,
Yes.
but you returned to Japan for a little bit.
Yes.
Can you talk about how it was returning to Japan as a female tattooer? And if you knew any other female tattooers in Japan working at the time, and how you were received as a tattooer?
Back then, first time I went to the late 90s, I believe. Then like middle of the 90s. Then
Okay.
I had a family program, my family matter, so I had to go for a couple of months to go back. And of course, I brought all the tattoo stuff with me to, I'm gonna tattoo. But no, my hometown was kind of little countryside, and I asked contact for a few people and
Mhm.
friends. No one wanna get tattoo, and like, whoa, like they just like, what? They think like. It's not. My mom was totally like she didn't believe me what I'm doing here. Like still they don't want to talk about what I'm doing in San Francisco, and especially I didn't go home for 7-8 years. My mom was the one telling me like Junii is in the jail. And I go, what? Like see, he's still having a hard time. So of course like I don't show any tattoo at home, even my own, before I grow up, and so but I have to survive. So I work at the house paint thing. Like, oh my God, I thought I'm gonna do tattoo to make, and like, no, but I have to survive. So I contact another friend like, well, I'll pay you good money for one day, but you gotta do for wake up at 4 in the morning, meet me 5, and like we're gonna do painting, building stuff like that. Okay. So yeah, unfortunately for first time went to the back, I mean like I didn't do tattoo. Then after that I bring occasionally for tattoo stuff, but it's not really, welcoming.
Right.
Yeah, like people have a hard time with like job work. What you do for tattooing? Like, oh, they don't want to talk anymore.
That's harsh.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I just like I don't like I sometimes I excited like I tell it like, hey, like we had an art show or like doing this for museum. Like everybody just stop like. Then like, oh, by the way, they don't ask any question. Like I have to like. Okay, I can't talk. Yeah, that was so hard. That was so hard.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah, even like I bring book. Hey, thank you.
Damn.
Yeah, but that's how they, how they were raised. And I'm not gonna try to change that. And
Right.
yeah, that's kind of some part. I'm glad I came to like for open my mind to see things different. If I grow up there, I stay there probably very much the same thing. I was one day at my sister's place drawing for a lotus flower, and brother-in-law came and he goes, "Why are you drawing for lotus?" I said, "Is there something wrong?" He said, "That's a funeral flower." I said, "Whoa, okay," because like they use for like. Buddhas and like very much old school things that's a symbol of the for death or something like that. Oh, okay, got it. So like I'm not gonna start arguing because that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Working with Yutaro for as long as I did, he would often talk to me about the culture and describe to me how rigid and how tough and how mean it really is to so many people.
Yes.
It's so rigid, and if you step outside, the people are just like, no.
Yeah. Like I
really harsh.
Today because the interview I'm wearing nice pants, but like I usually wear jeans, right? And when I go wearing jeans for my hometown, or like, do you know how old are you? Why are you wearing jeans? Like, excuse me.
Wow.
Yes, like. It's really different, know, and hey, we're gonna go shopping. Like, okay, like I just woke up for trainer and I just put the jacket. Like, you're not gonna go out like that, like. It's a little different. So, hope like changing, yeah, good way, and that's why like I thought I was just normal way I was acting, but for them, I'm black sheep and like I'm so weird, weird one, yes, yeah. I never thought about it, but I don't think, but yeah. And Bill, when I met Bill and I start learning for a lot from Bill, also his friend, like who I visit, I get all good information and and I was lucky. Spent so much, very much 24/7 for tattooing. Especially we had a home studio, in a private studio, like really 24/7 for like a tattoo drawing or playing music, tattoo playing music. Like that's how days goes. And I never got that doubt or like wanted to see what my mind was go for outside the world. Junii, you should go to take a look something or travel this. I got everything right here, and why I needed to go, I wanted to go to look at the other side of the world, and I came to see Bill and I wanted to spend the time with Bill. So I never had still like I don't feel like I wanna, oh no, I wanna travel around the United States. No, I don't have that, so
Right. I mean, obviously, you guys traveled a lot anyway.
Yeah, for
together.
convention, yeah,
Conventions
at the
and stuff,
conventions,
yeah.
yeah, and you know, when come to for business, Bill and I was really what's called no one see like we are hugging or like we are touching each other for come to business. Like probably so hard to see like are they a couple, wife and husband? Like when we come to for tattooing, it's different. You know, Bill's different. I'm different. It's totally different. You know.
Probably
yeah.
helped it run as well as it did then.
Yes.
And
yes.
keep you guys together.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
It never be. You know, like we spend so much time. Probably if regular couple, just seeing for evening, like we spend for price 3 times more than regular couple times, but still feel like not enough time together. You know,
Yeah.
I still didn't know. You know, like I hope we're the same way. Still, I didn't know him well. I mean, like finding out like after 20 years or like after 25 years, like damn, I didn't know. Like you know, that's kind of. He was just tells me like I'm not gonna share everything for once. You know, he's a so secret person. You know, and. That makes me so hard for now because he tells me, don't touch this or don't look this, and I won't. And now like he's gone, and I still like he told me don't touch that door, else I shouldn't go open that. I still have a bunch of stuff like the home, you know. He's like that, you know. Yeah, it's interesting what's going in the energies, you know, like we doing the same job and the same thing, like especially he has like very different mentality in the mind and I think strong energy to reach my mind never been, you know, like Philip was the same way, like he talked to Bill about this because he's gonna tell you for like just like he did me knock my head with a hammer, right? For like opens my doors. It's not like a hammer, so don't take the wrong way. Like you know, like his words was like just like hammer sometimes. You know, the people see only this much, but he see totally different visions. You know, and. It's very important, especially doing art. Like only we see for this far, but like when we start talking to Bill, he's gonna take you. Look at this, and you know he trying to reach or bring or take us to be somewhere we never been. Stuff, you know.
That's
you
real
know.
special.
That was so special.
To expand your vision and your ideas about what art can be, what tattooing can look like, and what your options are as a tattooer, and yeah, that's really great.
It is. That was Edo. I think that's the reason Edo told Bill that he should become tattoo artist because he had special visions. You know, lots of people don't get it. You know, like sometimes Bill tells jokes, many people don't get it, but. You know, as you know, he was really love to talk, funny or serious or whatever. And those energies very creative. I don't know, different. That's why I never get bored to living with it, you know. And good to see. Like, even we do fight arguing, we still sleep same bed, you know. And it's what we didn't do. Never walk away what we did after fight. You know, even arguing, fighting. I get sometimes physical, I get so bad, and you know, get like slow stuff, breaking stuff. But he never left, and I never left. You know, and yeah. So just got get through together, and it's a part of the life. You know, like that was like. First time I got so angry, upset, and Bill was first time saw me. I'm so pissed off. And he just laughing so hard. Said, I knew that's coming with it. Yeah, so like it's he says it's all one pack. You know, it's I cannot just expecting it for like that good part. That's come always. So
Right.
yeah, Yeah. So.
So can you talk about some of the people that you worked with or around, like, all these like heavy, important, influential figures in tattooing. We're talking about Jack Rudy, Philip Liu, Mick, so many important people. Ed, of course. Can you talk about how being around them changed your perception of tattooing and what was possible, and how you changed your idea about how you approach tattooing?
What I learned from them, for everybody have amazing focus. That's the difference than for other people to specialize. When we chat or joke around it, but when it comes to tattoo, boom, like their focus is like amazing. That's the like I cannot explain what you learn. It is important to learn for how to draw, how to this, but also so important to be like how to face the for attitude with everything, like Philip, he joke around and this and that, but when it comes to his tattoo, look at how serious he get. He give you everything what he got for his energy, and people can feel that, even not getting tattoo, we can feel it, like watching, like, wow, like, it's so afraid to almost like make you afraid to, hey, Philip, like, middle of the tattooing, these days they don't care, like, people tattooing now, like, hey, Junii, or hey, so, like, people always told me, don't ever come to me for bear for running machine. Just put them deep in or take a break. You have to pay attention what the people doing. Like, you're right. And till like when I start tattooing, it is like sometimes serious out. Like, hey, oh shit, right? But even like those situations, like those great tattoo artists, like they don't flip. They don't just, that's amazing way to. That's I learned most was like focusing, and how much they can zoom in for the fall.
That's really cool to hear.
Yeah, that's like
really cool. Thank you.
Yeah, it is. Like you're one of them too. Like it's not like easy to like when people come, especially people come in and easy to let the break in, but like when come tattooing, they push away. It's not, that makes the difference great and not, probably. Horitoshi is the same way. He joke, chat, before and after were breaking, but when tattooing just so, make that very circuit, like, it changes the airs, that's why I think great tattooer has that for those magical power, whatever called,
It's funny, not that long ago, a friend of mine we were talking just on text, and I was telling him about doing something, and he said, a lot of people can make a nice tattoo, they can draw well or whatever, and he said, it's not that you're that much better than other people. He's like, it's just that you have a superpower, and that's the able to focus and to make your will bend, like to make something bend to your will. He's like, that's your superpower. He's like, lots of other people have all the other things you have, but they don't have that.
Right.
And I
believe
and
that.
I've never heard that before from anybody, and I thought it was really, obviously it's very flattering, but it was such an interesting thing that I had never really thought about in that way. And so I can understand that focus idea.
Yeah, that's, I think, why people feel great tattoo artists, that's like, they have a common thing for that, for focus. It's amazing. That's why it's so easy to, like, when people come great tattooers, go, hey, watch. I'm not saying like just like watch for tattooing, just like to be there, to be, like, I'm saying like for energy, whatever surround, it's like a very special, very special moment and special they create, and that is power,